I'm gonna test the transcript here and make sure it's working. Hi, Patty. All right, so we do have the audio transcript happening down below. And I saw Will here. Will, are you let me get quiet for just a sec, y'all. Hey, what's going on, Tiffany? Hey, Will Meckling. How you doing?
Hey.
Do we have, good. Do we have Sac State folks yet?
I was just at a different prison this morning, so I just got back to my office. I think Chris Miller, there she is right there.
Oh, Dr. Miller. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Hi, Dr. Miller. How you doing? Oh, they're still muted at Amber Rowan, but thank you very much, Will. And one quick reminder, everybody signed audio-visual waivers. We got a velvet rope outside. Phil's gonna kick people out if we don't get it. All right. Can you hear us?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
We can hear you. It doesn't work. Oh, let me
That's my mom. Say hi to
we're
mom.
messing around. This is gonna surprise y'all, but we're messing around with a stopwatch barrier breakdown moment today. It's great to see y'all. Say hello to the comrades, the Sacramento folks, Cal Poly Humboldt folks. The microphone is on.
Hey.
That's right.
We got
That's right. She's tearing up. Probably.
Hey, everyone say hi to my mom, bro.
Hey, you're looking good. You guys look good. Love you.
Love you.
got Tiffany, our photographer. Thinking about write stuff down, but you still don't need me. Quick reminder to everybody that once the debate gets going, we're going to ask everybody in the Zoom room to mute themselves, and we'll mute the folks who are not on the same side. We've got about 15 minutes to get set up, and amazingly, the technology is early, which is great. Good to see Dr. Miller. So we'll ask everybody in the Zoom room to mute themselves. Our Zoom facilitator is Meg, and so Meg has the power to mute folks as well if you don't wind up getting that done. And the chat is visible to everybody as well as going to be recorded. So just be aware that if you're saying hello to like one person, we can all see you on the classroom in here. And yeah, I think that's the main announcement sort of thing. Yeah.
The louder we can make it, because we can barely hear it. You're right.
We can get the other speaker. Miss Rollins has those.
You see what they can get it on the TV. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. I like it's the top corner there. In the whole
It should come out. Is it coming out of the TV?
No, it's coming out of this.
It should come out of that little speaker. So you can make it go out of the TV.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out because it's that app and the app has restrictions.
We had it going out this morning. We had it set up to do that. When you plugged in the speaker, it might have had up.
So I'm gonna need it over here, Bill. That's my hair is real. No, I was asking how my hair was.
And it says on the screen, that's my hair.
Let us know, Dr. Miller, let us know if you need anything from us, audio check or whatever.
Yes.
But, you know, we're hoping that it's, you know,
Yeah.
you sound a little cut out from us, our side of things, but we'll, you know, we'll quiet down in here. It's a ruckus. It's a day of a debate, so everybody's all amped up. I don't know if you know anything about that.
I think we do, yes.
Is it still, is it still patchy, the sound? When it's quiet in there, can you hear us?
Give us a good audio test.
Test, 1, 2, 3, 4, test.
You guys are going down.
That sounds pretty good to us, I think.
Thank you. Oh, is this still on mute? Oh, yeah. I don't know. Are we unmuted? On mute or off? Okay. Okay. So we want to-
Yes.
Yeah.
How many folks are in the class? How many students in the class?
She's on mute.
Okay, that's all right.
We have 16,
16, beautiful.
and we have a watch party going on in the library.
I love it. Shout out to the library. We've got 2 watch parties in the education wing happening, and then a number of cousins, grandmas, loved ones on the Zoom, as well as a couple folks back in Cal Poly Humboldt in Arcata. It's a packed house in the education wing here.
We're going to put you on mute for just a moment.
us. Yep.
Testing the captions, testing the captions, 1, 2. Testing the caption. I've got something muted, y'all, so
Come in.
about in that place. Dr. Miller?
Dr. Sherner.
And we'll do a little howdy at the beginning, some thanks if that's cool.
Yes,
Perfect.
please.
Of course, of course. Caption here. Hey, Meg. Meg, it's a good time. If you haven't already, would you throw on the record?
It's been recorded for the last 2 minutes.
Oh, it's very well happened. Just double check that we're recording. We don't want this one for posterity, you know. Oh, perfect. Fantastic. We ready to roll?
I don't,
Yeah, we're gonna close the door.
on the TV where?
Right there, sign in the bottom.
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Lots, team.
Right.
Oh, well.
That's at 89.
You guys hear us?
Got our timekeeper in the corner here. There's 1 minute to hold you up in the morning. Give you a minute to breathe. Just give your own time. Dr. Miller, do you want to say howdy to folks? Give some thanks?
I would like that, yes. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this truly special event, an intercollegiate debate between Sacramento State and Cal Poly Humboldt, Hornets versus Lumberjacks. And this just isn't just any old matchup. Our Hornets are swarming from Folsom, while the Lumberjacks are chopping arguments down from Pelican Bay. So if this turns into a scuffle, it's not a schoolyard scuffle, it's a yard scuffle, maximum security style. Represent the negative side of today's resolution, AI does more harm than good. We have 4 students who aren't just here to argue, they're here to prove that artificial intelligence can in fact be a force for good. First up is Lorenzo Flores, our cross-examiner. He is so relentless, Siri gets nervous when he starts asking questions. Following him is Isaac Chavez, delivering the negative constructive. His arguments are so tight, autocorrect gives up trying to suggest improvements. Then we have Rudy Elias handling the negative rebuttal. He's so skilled at refutation, ChatGPT asks him to clarify its position. And finally, bringing it all home is Adrian Mariscal, our summary speaker. More concise than a tweet, more impactful than a software update, and guaranteed to drop the mic.
Come on, y'all.
This is a landmark occasion, the very first debate between these 2 universities and these 2 institutions. And we hope it's just the beginning, because what's happening here is bigger than any one debate. It's a celebration of what's possible when education reaches everyone. Debate. Debate is one of the most transformational educational activities we have. It teaches structure, logic, empathy, and the courage to speak one's mind. It builds community, challenges assumptions, and reminds all of us, students and audience alike, that intellect is not defined by circumstance.
Woo.
Prison education opens doors. Debate blows those doors off the hinges. A huge thank you to Dr. Schnerner, coach of the Humboldt team, who's helped to guide those lumberjacks through the forest of fallacies and into the clearings of critical thought. He's the kind of coach who can out-argue a chatbot, explain topicality, remind everyone to hydrate all before lunch. And an enormous appreciation to the technical staff making this event possible. Without you all, this debate would be happening one word at a time over a wall with a string and a can. And of course, a big thanks to the administrators at the prisons and the universities, because without their sign-offs, approvals, and deep belief in the power of education, we'd still be stuck in a group email thread titled, "Maybe next semester?" One final thing before we begin. I have a confession to make. The introduction I just read to you was written entirely by artificial intelligence.
Round of applause.
So now, here's what you have to ask yourself. Was this introduction clever, clear, maybe a little inspiring? Or was it soulless, superficial, and mildly upsetting? However you felt about it, you're already in the thick of the debate. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I have a entirely organic, handwritten, clipboard, pen-written introduction to introduce you with. I want to welcome and first of all, thank the most important people in the room who are the amazing students engaged in this debate and engaged in the activity of learning. We want to give a huge thank you, shout out, celebratory appreciation and honors to all of the amazing Sacramento State students who have put it down this semester to learn about debate and who are willing to engage with us. I also want to give a huge shout out to the collection of intellectuals in this room who make my life better, teaching me things every day. I want to thank you all so much for being here. We give big appreciation to Dr. Miller and all the hard work to coach and guide those students and to encourage them along the way through the difficulties of speech and debate, one of the most intellectually engaging and challenging of activities. We want to give huge and enormous shout out, thanks, and appreciation, and I'm going to pause after this, for all of the Sacramento CDCR education staff and security staff, the Pelican Bay education staff, Alan, Rexford, Mr. Good, Wallace, Flores, Tiffany, all the folks who make this possible, and of course, Meg Baird, who is staffing our Zoom room today. Let's take a minute for a round of applause for all those. Today, we engage in higher order education. And in order to do that, we're going to need some scholars to bring it with us. And I want to introduce you to our starting four. Sam Nault, Henry Juarez, Benjamin Perez, and in the epic battle of Adrian versus Adrian. They can hear from me in class all the time. I want to pass the microphone over to our first affirmative constructive, Sam Nault.
Real quick, just before I start, my name is Sam, first of all. Just want to welcome the judges, thank the judges and the audience for being here. Also Lorenzo, Isaac, Rubio, and Adrian.
Rudy.
We affirm that AI causes more harm than good. For space science, like nuclear science and all technology, has no conscience of its own. Whether it will become a force for good or ill depends on man, and only if the United States occupies a position of preeminence can we help decide whether this new ocean will be a sea of peace or a terrifying theater of war. I was JFK. When new technologies emerge, the race to superiority begins. We're not here hell-bent on fear-mongering or a dystopian future, but we have to be cautiously optimistic about AI. Our position is that AI causes more harms than good, predicated on the assertion that the benefits of AI do not outweigh the costs to the environment, people, and society at large. This is based on three main points that we'll touch on. AI is harmful to the environment. 2, generative AI inhibits critical thinking and reinforces biases. 3, AI is being used as a tool for imperialism. For the purpose of this debate, we'll define AI and narrow the scope to generative AI, which is the type of AI that can create new content based on evidence that it has been trained on. Now, for the criteria, this debate should be evaluated on the resolution and if the current costs are worth the current benefits of generative AI. Also, who benefits and who is harmed. We concede AI is beneficial, but that the benefits only favor a privileged few, causing egregious harm to the environment and further disadvantaging the greater portion of the global population. Point 1, generative AI is harmful to the environment. Data centers that train AI systems run on fossil fuels. Norman Bashir of MIT said that the demand for new data centers cannot be met in a sustainable way. The pace at which companies are building new data centers means the bulk of the electricity to power them must come from fossil fuel-based power plants. Furthermore, scientists from Google, Cal Berkeley estimated that ChatGPT-3 training processors alone consume 1,287 megawatt hours of electricity. That's enough to power 120 average US homes per year, generating about 552 tons of carbon dioxide. Data centers have been built in areas affected by droughts and are using the water from those communities to prevent overheating. According to Karen Howe, Microsoft's data center in Goodyear, Arizona plans to absorb its excess heat with a steady flow of air and evaporated drinking water, projected to reach more than 50 million gallons per year. In 2022, electricity grew by a third, the company's largest ever reported increase year to year. But in 2020, Microsoft's pledge to be carbon negative and water positive by the end of each decade is being curtailed by their commitment to open AI. AI is compounding the harms that we as a society are trying to solve. Amid global freshwater scarcity and the strains of climate change, AI is further damaging our environment faster than we can fix it. Point 2, generative AI diminishes critical thinking skills and reinforces biases. Assistant professor to the Department of Computer Science, Eugenia Rowe says, with the power of large language models comes the inherent challenge of managing our reliance on them. There is a potential risk of diminishing critical thinking skills if users depend too heavily on AI-generated content without scrutiny. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, free should the scholar be, free and brave, free even to the definition of freedom without hindrance that does not arise out of his own constitution. Emerson's definition of freedom is this open-ended process of self-realization, but self-realization requires a knowledge of yourself, a knowledge of your true potential. But we are killing the scholar and breeding machines. Think of the intellectual trying to pass his wisdom. He's a candle trying to pass that on, but he's just going to be met by a glowing rectangle in somebody's hands. Information is not wisdom. AI also reinforces gender biases. Research by Jason Kaloran, Andrew Park, and Jan Keatsman found that AI facial recognition algorithms in policing have led to numerous wrongful arrests of racialized populations, misidentifying Black civilians more frequently than white civilians, demonstrating a high potential for harm and distrust. The content and outputs that AI generates reflect hegemonic attitudes and beliefs present in the data. Furthermore, promoting ethnocentrism as well as racial and gender biases. Point 3, AI is marketed as a humanitarian tool, but it's used for imperialism. According to Sanja Milivojevic of the University of Bristol, in 2017, entrepreneur and avid Trump supporter Palmer Luckey founded Anduril, which currently develops and builds hardware and software for military and border security applications, backed by PayPal mafia tech billionaire and former Trump advisor Peter Thiel. Milivojevic's research pointed to an interview where Luckey identified political and ideological goals of the preservation of Western values and ensuring the supremacy of the American military and border security might. Systems like Lattice at the US-Mexico border keep people from reaching safety and expose them to further danger and even death. That same research found they frame illegalized non-citizens as mathematical problems that must be dealt with using smart technology. Private entities are operationalizing an exclusionary practices of neocolonialism, utilizing AI tech against human beings who are seeking a better life. The dehumanizing element of this is repulsive, creating greater distance between the human agent of oppression and the oppressed, making it easier to be violent and to not care that there is a woman or a child that is trying to cross the border to safety or be reunited with her family. Any benefit born from AI is at the cost of our environment. It's at the cost of the greater part of our global population. AI concentrates more wealth and more power at the top. It's exclusionary and makes all these benefits that we think are going to be good inaccessible to the vast majority of our world. We need to be more egalitarian about AI. As William Gibson said, the future is already here. It's just unevenly distributed. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
I think you're muted. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for having us. I have a few questions concerning AI. So can you please define harms for us? Since you're saying it's more harmful than good?
Harms would be impacts born from AI that are negatively impact the people or the environment is the way that we're arguing this case.
Okay, so another question that's related to that, you're saying people and environment. How would you measure these harms? And where in the hierarchy would you put, say, people, the environment? What is more harmed more through the use of AI?
I'm sorry, I don't think I understand the question.
Okay, measuring AI, what do you feel that it harms the most? People, the environment? How would you measure this?
I mean, this debate is about AI, but it's really about you and I. It's about people. And I think that it harming the environment also harms people. So we're talking about people here. Those are the harms. We obviously care about the environment. We live in it, but those are the two priorities, the people and the environment. Okay,
thank you. I see that you placed a lot of emphasis on people. So my next question is based on racial profiling. Do you believe that racial profiling existed before the advent of AI?
It did exist, but I feel like this exacerbates it and it amplifies it to a greater extent with this use of technology.
So you're saying that it makes it worse?
It amplifies it, yes.
Okay. Do you view AI as a vehicle or an agent?
I would say it's a little bit of both because it functions on it in its own way too. We use a human utilizes it, but that emergence and that being born there also creates this situation where it is being used and now it's being capitalized on because you can profit off of it. And you might not be racist just by profiting, like just by implementing it, but it's essentially, it's just a bad thing, we think.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
All right, how's it going? You guys ready? Oh, hold up. Can you guys hear me? Yeah?
Yeah.
You guys can hear me. All right, well, hold up. First, I want to send a big shout out to Cal Poly Humboldt, my fellow Pelican-based scholars. All right, now, all right. With regards to the evaluation of AI, our position is that AI does more good than harm. Because in contrast to the affirmative claims, AI actually helps the environment, critical thinking, and might even combat imperialism. First, with regards to the environment, AI around the world is being used effectively to help keep our environment clean and reduce waste. 3M24. In Amsterdam, Netherlands, the city AI platform monitors water levels and ensures efficient water usage. Also in Copenhagen, Denmark, AI systems optimize the city's amount of energy and waste. Also in right here in San Francisco, uses AI-powered robots to store recyclable materials. These examples highlight the role that AI has in fighting climate change and helping us attain a more sustainable future, and perhaps even help fight global warming or reverse its effects. Another way that it helps with the environment is that AI helps with ocean conservation. AI helps the ocean conservation efforts and monitors overfishing. Moon 23. Fishing monitoring systems based on machine learning and satellite data have been deployed to monitor overfishing activities in the ocean. A system based on Global Fishing Watch has been introduced by several developing countries, such as Indonesia and Peru, to conserve ocean resources for sustainable development. As for education, AI actually encourages students to challenge bias, and it helps students learn more effectively. AI helps students detect biases and confirm information inaccuracy. Make link 24. Gen AI is a software that is being used in that is being used in colleges and universities, and they can highlight potential biases, encourage students to critically evaluate the information they encounter, as well as help students verify the accuracy of information. Also, AI can also enhance learning through strategic teaching at a lower cost. Moon 23. One common effect of AI-based learning systems is that students can maximize their learning as teaching bots offer learning materials based on student success and failures with particular materials. These new alternatives have not only reduced the cost of education, but has enhanced its quality. The impact of challenging biases and enhancing learning is that education becomes more diverse and accessible. AI technology has the potential to give everybody, including communities like ours that are challenged with accessing education, the opportunity to have special teachers that are precise with what they need help with and help them succeed. If they know that they have any failures with anything, they can also help them with that. Also, regarding your claim with imperialism, right? It was brought up that AI has the potential to aid countries in dominance or imperialism. We contend actually that these autonomous weapons and lethal autonomous weapon systems actually have the potential to help in this, right? Because autonomous weapon systems protect lives and is more humane. Engelhardt, Kessler, 24. AI autonomous weapon systems may not only be capable of protecting the lives of one's own soldiers, but also enable a more humane form of warfare overall. This is because lethal autonomous weapons, according to Lee 24, are useful because they would be required to follow humanitarian law. Lee 24. These laws are deployed. These lethal autonomous weapon systems are deployed in armed conflicts of the future. They will be required to follow the rules of international humanitarian law, which requires combatants to make its context-dependent evaluative legal judgments under certain core principles. So the future of autonomous fighting or armed conflict would actually be, we would be able to input into it the laws of combat and engagement. So we would protect humanity by making AI do what we have requested it, by following humanitarian laws and things of that matter. Also, by taking a closer look at AI, we also see that it is good. That it is also good for medical and autonomous driving. With regards to medical, AI robotic assistants help surgeons with greater precision. Machine 24. AI procedures are getting patients the help they need with greater precision and less human error. Surgical systems help surgeons perform minimally invasive operations with greater precision and control that is possible through traditional means. Also, McCarthy 23. During an operation, AI may offer information about similar cases, explains what's happening, and predict what may happen next. The impact of AI in surgery is phenomenal, reducing human error and enhancing surgical precision. AI can save lives. Imagine a future in which surgery is so precise that any procedure is as safe as a routine checkup. Also, with regards to autonomous driving, it makes our streets safer by reducing driving accidents. A staggering number of driving accidents are attributed to human error, but AI holds the promise of dramatically reducing car accidents. Kadhum 23. Between 94% and 96% of all motor vehicle accidents are caused by different types of human errors. To ensure human safety and comfort, researchers are trying to implement a fully automated transportation system in which errors or faults will return to zero. Autonomous vehicles are actually already helping improve driver safety. Part 25. In the US, self-driving car testing have reduced the number of accidents per million miles from 9.1 in 2016 to 4.6 in 2018. This is projected to prevent 4.22 million accidents per year and save 21 1,000 lives by the year 2050. The impact of AI reducing vehicle accidents is undeniable and holds the promise of a future with potentially zero commuter fatalities. Yeah, so AI is actually a promising technology, and it's also actually being integrated now to help with the environment, to help with our education, and to help perhaps fight imperialism. And also, it could also help with autonomous driving and with the medical.
Benjamin, you got 2 minutes.
Good afternoon. My name is Benjamin. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. It's a great experience for all of us. So as environmental and social activists, we're against AI because it inflicts harm on our society and natural resources. My question to you is, did you use AI to prepare for this debate?
No.
Do you think AI affects our critical thinking skills?
It does not.
How so?
Because AI is a tool. I think it's important for us to conceptualize what AI really is, right? AI is a tool. So it's the way that we're using this tool. It wasn't meant for to help students plagiarize, to help write students their essays. It's how students are using this tool. So yeah, it's a tool that could be used for great things.
Would you say everyone has fair and equal access to healthcare under AI?
I think that's one of the promises of AI, that it's going to do that for all of us.
Even with the inherently racist algorithms it has? Because it doesn't represent everybody.
Right. See, I think that's a good thing, right, about AI, is that it forces us to have these conversations about bias, right? Because it doesn't exist in a vacuum, right? We were giving it this data, we're giving it this information. So what it's telling us is essentially a reflection of ourselves. So I think the real question is, why is AI being prejudiced? Why is AI being biased? It's not because in itself it's biased or in itself it's prejudiced, but actually it's receiving this information from outside, right? It's receiving this information that it's gotten, right?
Thank you. Do you believe should we begin investing vast amounts of wealth and resources like our environment if it's only helping a portion of the population? Because AI is not helping everybody at this current moment.
Invest resources in the environment?
Yes, the way you develop AI, you're using a great amount of water and energy. So it's not helping everybody at this time. Thank you.
Thank you.
You got 4 minutes.
All right. Good afternoon. Was it Sacramento State? Yeah. All right, if you're saying is AI is good for the environment, it can't be good for the environment if it's part of the problem. We're losing water as we speak. As far as not only that, like what more solutions do they have? They're not solving climate change at all. Like they're pumping, was it 552 tons water gone? I think it was that daily. And as far as education, it's a tool, but it's also a tool that's taking jobs from teachers. See, you guys are talking about convenience, but you guys are not talking about the inconvenience of AI. You know what I mean? There's a lot of teachers losing their jobs. There's at Wellcott, there's a lot of students patronizing off of using those tools. And it's not only that, like accountability too is another issue too, because these algorithms and all these tools that you guys are using, there's no accountability to the person that's making to prevent these from happening. Because how are you going to prevent something if you're part of the problem? So that's another thing that we got to fix on Proposition 230 in order to be AI. For order AI to be good for society, it has to be it has to be for everybody. You know what I mean? They have to prevent, not just use it as a tool. So another thing, critical thinking, that's another thing, like they're not in that stage where they're able to think for us. They're just getting information that we give them. And it's all trial and error. So that's another thing that we got to understand too, is like every company is coming up with a new tool for society, but at the same time, like they're all going to court for monopolizing. So it is a problem. So not everybody's going to get access to that information. It's for a chosen people at this moment as we speak. We got that going on with that Dodge going on right now that's cutting down the government using AI tools that's eliminating a gang of jobs. So it is bad for the environment. It's you know what I mean, like basically bad for people that are not able to have those tools. As far as medical, who has access to those surgeries, like to that information? I mean, it's not like people from poverty could just go and get that type of information or type of surgeries that you guys are talking about. As far as weapons, when you guys are speaking about weapons, that's talking about people's lives. They can't even get people's behaviors or know how to think for themselves yet. So they shouldn't be thinking about humans' lives as far as weapons go. It should be used as we use it for us to decide, not a machine. And that's pretty much it. All right, thank you.
Thank you for that. So you said that it brings harm to the environment, but I really was not quite clear on your positioning on that. So as far as the environment, we're keeping our environment clean and reducing waste using AI technology. Freedom 24 states, the city AI platform monitors water levels, weather forecasts, and infrastructure conditions to prevent flooding and ensuring efficient water usage. So we already got systems in place. So you guys are talking about things that are pretty much not being regulated, but we got case laws that clearly states that everything that you guys just touched on is already being regulated and already being monitored. So California Privacy Protection Act touches on the privacy of, it regulates the automatic decision making. So we're already regulating and how AI is being implemented and how the innovation of AI is being consumed. We talked about they said about education. We say it's helpful for education. Entrepreneur 2025 states that today higher learning is already implementing higher levels of education, shifting the mindset from memorization to exploration, allowing us to have a critical way of thinking, allowing us to use these tools, not using AI as something that's going against us, but allowing AI to work alongside of us as well as being adaptive to what AI has to bring. So we can't fear AI. We can't fear new technology. You know, we came to this time and place today because of the innovations that came before us. At one time, we were afraid of computers. Now we can't live without them. With that beautiful opportunity that we have with this, we're able to have this beautiful debate with you guys. You also mentioned, well, what you failed to mention was medical. Medical gives us a great opportunity to perform surgical operations at a precise level that human hands cannot operate under. You know, and I feel more comfortable in having an automatic, more precise and efficient mechanism to be able to operate. And like my co-classmate said, AI is a vehicle. It's not the agent. What we need to be focused on is the agent and how this information is being consumed. With AI technology, is giving us a chance to be more transparent because now we have data to follow up on. When you say racial profiling, you're right. We're products of the 80s and the 90s without AI, and racial profiling was already in existence then. So what this is going to give us is going to give us a platform to be able to have data to analyze and move forward as a society without imperialistic thoughts. Talk about the illiteracy. You also said that it's harmful for critical thinking, right? So we're gonna go ahead and we say that it helps learning, personalizing it, right? Because now we don't have to be stuck on the same repetitive way of thinking. We're able to innovate ourselves, innovate our thoughts, innovate the creativity that the young youth have to better further ourselves and to be more competitive globally. This gives us an opportunity to continue on pace with China, with Russia, with all these companies and all these states that are more of a threat than anything to us. You talk about the poverty. The more accessible that we make AI instead of restricting it, then of course, just like anything else, once we make it more accessible and more attainable, AI will create better opportunities, even for those that are unfortunate and coming from the lower income families. So the more we make it more accessible, the more we advance technology, the more accessible it's going to be for all of us. So for these things that I just stated out to you guys, I feel like we created a better argument as far as the good that we have for AI. I thank you guys.
Good afternoon, Sac State and faculty. We appreciate the opportunity to be here with you guys, and yeah, I'll be giving the affirmative summary. So the allure of AI's potential is undeniable, but what also is undeniable is its harms that it has to the environment, and not just the environment, humanity as a whole. So the issues that are at hand today in today's atmosphere is it continues to take these data centers to be able to run these AI programs, right? These training programs that take vast amounts of water away from certain areas that are already having a fresh water scarcity. We can't even have fresh water for people to drink in certain areas, and we're giving it to these systems that ain't even refined yet. So the debate is about current harms that it's causing today. It's not what it could do in the future. It's the issues that it's causing today. And the issues it continues to cause is issues that have been taking place for a long time. It's a legacy of imperialism that the capitalistic system has continued to oppress people that are minorities, right? These things are taking place in our communities where our people come from. You talk about access, right? Who is it that usually has access to this technology? It's not people that come from our areas, and even people that work on these systems and work on AI, they have to have the higher education to be able to even have that opportunity to have those jobs. We weren't given those opportunities, most of us, most of our families, the places that we come from. So it continues to marginalize the people in our communities and create that distance and that separation, the disparity that continues to help the 1% within the system. The biases that it continues to perpetuate, because it's a tool, as you said, it is a tool. It's not a tool that we have access to, our communities. It's a tool for those that sit at the top of this hierarchy that was constructed throughout centuries, that has been constructed throughout centuries. So these things that are continuing to take place, the people that are biased in these facial recognition technologies, they affect women, people of color, people that look like you and all of us in this room, people that are sitting in these blues, and they continue to impact our families each and every day. And then you talk about transparency. There's transparency. These technologies are proprietary, and they don't have to divulge any of the data that they're into this technology, which could be skewed and usually is biased, because most of the systems, as I said before, the legacy of this system, the capitalistic system, is based on skewed data to get us to continue to buy into the ideologies that continue to take place each and every day. And that's basically getting us to compete against each other instead of focusing on what the real issues at hand are. And that's the capitalistic society. And these are the people that have access to the AI systems. You talk about medical Most people in here in the United States right now can't even afford inhalers. So what makes you think that they're going to be able to afford to be able to take advantage of the AI systems that create these medications and create these systems that do surgeries and stuff? People can't even have insurance. We don't even have medical insurance. So it's continuing to affect humanity in a harmful way today. The environment today, the carbon emissions that it continues, the air we're breathing in, the heating of the atmosphere, it's continuing to kill our planet, and it continues to kill our peoples each and every day. It's not helping us, it's helping those at the top each and every day. Thank
you. Can you guys hear me? It's an honor to share the space with you guys. Coming from out of the College of the Redwoods program, it means a lot to be here with you guys. So the affirmative brief talked about harms, and they talked about how specifically how it's impacting people. So when the judges are deciding whether AI is more harmful, I'm going to stick to people. So let's talk about people in the environment. Right now, we're going through global warming, and water usage is important. But if we're truthful, a lot of people waste water, whether it's in agriculture, whatever it is, right? But the global warming problem won't be solved without AI providing us the data that we need to understand what's happening, not just in this country, but in Mexico, in Africa, in Australia. So if the judges think that it would be more harmful to tackle global warming without the benefits of AI, then maybe you should give that contention to the affirmative. We contend that we will not be able to solve the challenges and heal the damage that has been done to the planet without the power, the data provided by AI. When it comes to education, I mean, I can speak going from the school to prison pipeline that sometimes the teachers, they're not at fault. It's just the resources that go into a specific area. AI can empower teachers and help students who, whether because of economics, need a little bit more help, or AI can help with teachers that are helping a little kid that has special needs, who just needs a little bit more help. And we can do that. We have the power to do that, not just in one place, in one state, and not just in one country, but all across the world. So when we talk about data and the cost of AI, is the cost worth it to people, to kids, to people who are going to have to be able to recover from the negative impacts of global warming? Because this argument isn't about whether AI is causing harm. We understand that AI isn't perfect right now, but the question is it more harmful? And it is not. But I want to say this. Why I believe we should win? I believe we should win because when it comes to automated driving, they dropped it. They had no rebuttal. So I'll close with leaving you with this. Imagine a world because of automated driving and AI where there is no accidents, where nobody has lost a father, a son, a mother to a drunk driver or somebody was texting. That is the promise of AI. Thank you guys. Appreciate this.
I think it's worth a huge round of applause to all our amazing debaters. I don't know about you, Dr. Miller, but that was pretty fun.
It was.
Do we want to give some short reasons for decision and cast a little ballot here? Does that seem productive?
Yes, please.
Do you want me to go first?
Yes.
Sure. And it is always possible that we may wind up splitting in this situation, but I want to honor reality of the situation, which is that I just thought this was a fantastic debate. Sacramento State students, y'all had wonderful evidence, great advocacy. I loved Adrian's speech, last summary speaker, right, was just popping. I thought y'all had great actions happening. And I also really think that both the two summary speeches on the Humboldt side were very, very good. Great clash, great line by line. As debaters who are learning how to get better at that same activity, the fact that the environmental debate traveled with oppositional clash the whole way through the debate was just fantastic to me. I wind up voting for Humboldt on a very small, thin margin. And the primary two reasons are that I think the bias argument carries through, which suggests some very negative consequences pieces. And I think that there is, although some good arguments from the environmental side of things, I found in the flow that the arguments about the environment, the weight of the impact happening now, the criteria argument put forward pretty consistently, that we would weigh the benefits and advantages in 2025 right now. And there may be future benefits that could come to help us fix global warming, but I think they win this criteria argument that we evaluate whether or not the environment is being damaged right now, the gallons of water, the amount of cost of energy and the pieces that are happening there. I do think the automated driving argument was really good. And I was very tempted. I think the real question I had was whether the environmental impact was more significant than the automated driving argument. And boy, it was an awful close one. 51-49 for me, and huge compliments to the amazing Sacramento State debaters. That's what I would do.
Well, just as AI might have some biases baked in, I will own my bias and say that I have to vote for my team, just as you voted for your team. And the reason is for the criteria. I understand that you're privileging the environment. I gotta go lives. I gotta say that the environmental impact, that's farther afield, but Sacramento State said that there are medical lives being saved right now, and that autonomous vehicles are saving lives right now. So when you're talking about harm that's happening now, the good is happening now, and that's why I give the edge here. I was a little disappointed that the imperialism argument didn't get extended. I thought that one surprised me. I thought that that was a good one in the affirmative constructive, but it sort of petered out a little bit. And I think Sacramento State actually dropped the ball on that one too, because they had some lethal autonomous weapons responses there that they didn't sustain throughout their rebuttal until the end. So that would have been a nice thread to weigh as well. But overall, I think that the argument that said that bias is baked into AI because AI is programmed by humans means that as things progress, there might be programming that mitigates that bias more. So I'm going for saving lives over the environment.
I mean, I don't think it's about wins and losses by and large for us. The educational opportunity to meet colleagues who are studying, thinking, staying up at night, refining their arguments in their cells, making conversations with educational staff, correctional officers, changing the culture that's happening in these spaces by learning and driving that educational piece is the meaningful part. And we recognized and met some comrades today who are doing exactly what we're doing. And it was a real fantastic opportunity in my side of things to get to hear your voices and see your faces. And we really want to appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Just say we want a rematch.
Let's do this, Dr. Miller. Let's find an external judge that isn't either you or me. Steve's gonna break the tie, apparently.
Real quick, were you gonna, sorry to do this in front of, we were gonna talk about like how each team prepared. Do you wanna like
Yeah.
Give maybe 5-10 minutes.
I mean, do you all have another minute or two for us to just chat, human to human, student to student? And obviously, we're the most important people in the room, other than, et cetera, but it'd be great for folks, I don't know, do y'all have any questions of the Sacramento State students? What's library and debate class like for them? What are they all about? Y'all want to know what their lives are about? Then you could raise your hand and you could ask them something.
What's up, Sam again? First of all, great job, guys. That was a great debate. My question was, how long have you guys been researching AI and preparing for it? Has this been like a extended over a long period of time, or was this just a spur of the moment type?
Yeah, so we've actually been working with AI for the duration of the year. It's actually the prompt that's being used right now during a tournament circuit for competitions that the universities attend. But so we have the prompt, but we just we don't get to compete or debate outside of this. But this is our first chance of competing. But yeah, so yeah, we're familiar with AI. We're familiar with some other arguments, and yeah, for sure. How about you guys? Did you guys did you spur of the moment, or you guys had a feeling?
I've been here for about a week now. Hours a day, just in the cell on the laptop. I know all of us are. That's all I've been talking about for the past week. But we just appreciate the opportunity. I think I remember playing basketball against you in Folsom.
That's all you got.
And audience, if you all want to ask questions in the chat, you're welcome to ask questions as well. Our folks can answer it here as well.
So just to make sure you didn't use AI, right? I might be guilty of that a little bit. So my question, I wanted to ask what your debate team's about, because I know this is our second debate. So this is kind of new to us. And I mean, it's a wonderful experience to be able to share with other people like you guys. And I'm just wondering how it's been for you guys being part of the debate team.
Yeah, no, the debate team's awesome. I think it's an amazing opportunity just to have these conversations, right? I think we come from like I would have never imagined this, man. Being there with you guys and just, I would have never imagined this, man. To just have this opportunity to debate, to talk, to have these conversations, this opportunity to meet like this and just to share this moment with you guys. It's nothing that I take for granted. And yeah, huge. Education changed my life, and the communications major changed my life. Sac State's changed my life, just like College of the Redwoods changed my life. So yeah, but as far as being part of the debate team, it's just so awesome working with the guys, cutting cards, staying up late too, trying to piece together, trying to figure out, because the debate's so broad. We're just like, what are they going to bring up? I got to admit, the imperialism really took me for a throw. I was like, what? Like, what do we got on this? I was like, yeah, it was a jump. So, but it was amazing, man. It was amazing. I appreciate the opportunity more than it. That's a good job. Yeah, we appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
What's up, fellas? How you doing? My name is Keith. Prior to this debate, did you guys have any kind of limitations, or were you afraid to debate not only this team but any other team? What kind of criteria did you have for your peers to be involved in your group? Okay, free.
What do you think?
Can you rephrase the question again, please?
So I want to know what type of limitations you guys had, and did you guys put your heads together to come up with who's going to speak, or did the professor do that for you?
The process we've been using so far is we're giving everybody an opportunity to get up and speak and show their skills. So on our first two debates, we had a whole different crew, and these are just students stepping up. How much we had to prepare? Like you said, a week. All of us are getting, as you guys, you're getting ready for your finals. We're getting ready for our finals. So we don't really have much time to focus on this, but just trying to get everybody involved, getting everybody a chance to get up here and speak. I know it's a little awkward. It's awkward for me right now standing here, but none of my peers wanted to get up, so I did. I want to say real quick, I think AI is good. However, in a perfect world, it might work. We do not live in a perfect world.
There we go.
AI will make mistakes. As far as going, I don't want AI operating on me. In a perfect world, yes, but we're not. I don't believe we'll ever live in a perfect world. Automobiles and cars, I'm gonna drive my own car when I get out. I think you guys are wonderful. I love this opportunity to sit here and debate with you guys. Continue the good work. I'm proud of each and every one of you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Going out, fellas. My name is Rudy. I know you guys got my name out earlier, so I wanted to make sure you guys got it right. I want to say that we have watched you guys' first debate, and the transformation from that first debate to now, it's amazing to see it, you know, and being a part of it with you guys. And I just thank you guys for the opportunity. This is our first debate, but you guys gave us room for improvement, and when we come back, we're gonna make sure there's no split decision.
I just wanted to ask, to jump on Rudy's question, what did you guys learn or change potentially going into this debate after debating with Chowchilla?
To answer that, yeah, well, our professor, he didn't really give us nothing to grab on. Yeah, he's a little tricky, but now he gave us a little platform with the negative rebuttals, and now we're taking notes. I took notes on all your guys' affirmatives and negatives, and leech onto whatever it is. I think the important thing is for everybody to talk and for everybody to stay on point on whatever you're gonna say, and they want like factual. How is it gonna cause harm, like factually at the moment, not seeing, you know, for the vision in the future. That's what I kind of got from it and what other.
Thank you.
Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Jerry. My question to you is are you guys working off of EBSCO and JSTOR for all of your information, more or less? And how is that working with you guys all being in the cells? You have the laptops, you're all hooked up?
Hi, Jerry. My name's Antonio. We work off of EBSCO and JSTOR. I have the privilege of working in the administrative education department, and they're really helpful to us. They provide me with information, which I try to disseminate, and they themselves try to disseminate. But that's mainly what we're working on. I did prior research on AI just out of interest, because I mean, it's a major topic everywhere. So, I mean, even from watching TV, I think it's been on this last week. I seen it on Saturday morning. I seen it on 60 Minutes. It's everywhere. So it's an important topic. So it's good to be informed. I have a question for you guys. The team that you guys picked, how'd you guys come up with the process of picking that team? And wanted to ask the rest of the guys if they're willing to step up for the next debate and be up in the front.
So the first thing I did is I asked which people did not want to participate. About half the hands went up. They knew we could only field 4. And so they actually kind of had to try out a little bit. I was assessing their flow taking skills. So we watched your Chowchilla debates, and I had them flow both debates, and they turned those flows into me. And I also had them record their reason for decision in those Chowchilla debates. And I was looking for who was really grasping what the point of academic debate is, as opposed to, for instance, deciding that they liked one side of the topic over the other. And so after that process, it was very difficult. I will admit that I almost went to Rochambeau, rock, paper, scissors. but we just decided that we were going to go with this crew for this time, but I'm looking forward to getting more students involved.
We got a question from the folks in the chat, and it also looks like folks want to see Adrian. I don't know which Adrian it is. You have seen. You know, again, this is for the whole community. We have, I think, I have to highlight, we have 42 folks watching this, and several of those were classrooms. We're on travel. These names are going to shine out. In your opinion, will AI lead to widespread job loss or create new opportunities? And what's your opinion on holding humans accountable for AI mistakes?
Want me to answer that?
Anybody who wants to.
Okay, yeah, there you go. For Adrian, that's for you, Adrian. And good. Before you guys start, just wanted to give a shout out to the women of CCWF. They did a great job. And if you guys are able to watch that video, the way they structure that is what I've been talking to my fellow students with. Like the way they structured it is how, yeah, I mean, that structure was, it blew me out the water. So just a credit to them. And it's a great teaching moment. Us teaching each other is like of the utmost importance. So I'm glad you guys are able to watch that. Man, shout out to them.
We can shout out both Tiffany and of course Sydney for doing a little bit out of
Hi, I'm Adrian. So we had a card ready that dealt with widespread job loss on AI, and what the research says is that those jobs are gonna shift. So it's really no different from any other revolution that kind of changed what people did. Like at one point in human history, people used to collect ice and sell it. And so little things like that, like, you know, people used to get paid to ride horse buggies and stuff like that. But, you know, we're living through a technological revolution, and jobs are gonna be shifted, and people are gonna have to get retrained. And you know, a lot of the things that we've done in the past, we're not going to do it. A lot of the things that we hold valuable, they're based on the societies that we've created, based on resources, and they've been based on the technologies that we have available to us. And all that's changing. You know, how we manufacture things, it's going to change. How we make decisions, it's going to be changed. And from studying it, we understand there's a lot of fear that goes into it because it is such a drastic change. And I mean, it's sad to say, but will people get left behind? Yeah, that's the nature of capitalism in our society, that, you know, we don't have that collectivist mentality where it's all of us or it's none of us. But the thing, the opportunity with AI, it's even beyond our human imagination, because we're dealing with artificial intelligence, and it's not going to think like us. And I think that's the benefit of it. Maybe we shouldn't be the ones making all the decisions, because if you look at what we've done with this planet or the governments, I mean, there's a lot that can be done better. So yeah, the job loss is a big thing. Holding people accountable for AI mistakes, that's a legal question. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Any of our folks want to take a swing at this one?
We got one right here.
All right.
No, go ahead, please.
Are you guys gonna answer the question, or?
Yeah, do whatever you want to do. It.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I just was curious as to whose idea was it to create a debate team or club for you guys, and what motivated some of you to get into the debate team?
It just happened organically.
Get up there, Max.
Get up there, Max.
No, I've been doing debate out. I'm Dr. Maxwell. I'm the, I don't know, coach or pirate captain of this crew. And I was mentored by a guy named Tuna Snyder, who believed that debate should be for every single place, kindergartners. He coached debate between Israelis and Palestinians in refugee camps. He coached debates between India and Pakistan, warring factions. He believed that intellectual engagement and debate was the pathway to a better world. And I've just been teaching with these guys and was thinking about some club activity. I wish we could bring more of the university to you. And so we've got a debate team in Arcata. There's no reason why we can't have a debate team here at Pelican Bay. I see intellectuals happening all the time. And so when I asked them, I was kind of amazed that they said yes, you know, but I see courage in these intellectuals and I like what I see. So that's kind of how we came about it. A little spark and then lots and lots of tinder and fuel to make the fire happen.
All right, thank you for that.
Hey, shout out to Ashley Knowlton, all the CR faculty and staff. Big love to you, comrade. Thank you.
Hi guys, no jokes, man. Bad jokes here, but I just wanted to. I don't have a question. I just wanted to give you guys props and give my team props because I wanted to be up here too, but my flow wasn't too good. But man, for debating for just a week or studying for this just for a week, man, you guys did awesome because there was a little saying that the lions were gonna get the lambs or something from my brother Adrian here, and I think we were the lambs on this one, but wow. Hey, thanks a lot. Let's say thank you to these guys because this is out of my comfort zone too. So, and amazing coach right here, amazing Professor Dr. Miller. She helped us out all. Yeah. And we're so grateful for her and the education staff too. So I just want to thank you guys too.
We're happy to keep talking, but I think we did say we were going to cut it off at 2. So I know we're a little over that. Can we keep going or?
We could probably do another 5 or 10 minutes if that's viable. I want to, you know, again, we're okay, right? Yeah. Is that cool? Yeah. Take a look at Steve, make sure everything's groovy. Do y'all have any questions for our colleagues over there? Anybody out there curious about what their prep was like? Anybody want to know, you know? Mr. Perez, you got
Any questions from the board?
You got any questions?
I got a question. Hey.
Hi, my name is Frank Escalante, and I was just wondering, what inspired you guys to start a debate club over there? And what else are you planning to? Are you going to go around and debate with other prisons as well that have, you know, the bachelor's program?
So yes, our goal was to debate with other students, and we are actually in class. This is actually class time for us. So we're learning debate and the game of debate. It's a little bit different. We also wanted to bring a debate to the institution here. We had a place called the Gavel Club. So we're trying to intermingle and get as many people on board with this as possible. We think that through education, that we can help others see that things like this are cool, and that will help them, bring them up from where they're at in their lives and kind of bring them up to where we're at. Getting a bachelor's degree it's fundamentally life-changing for me. I was once there where you guys are at, also in the back. So I understand the progress that we make. And I'm just hoping that all of you guys will get your chance to transfer down here and do the Sac State program and be like stingers up.
Likewise, we welcome applications and travel.
Oh, yeah, you going down.
I'm here for 3 hours. That's the next one.
And you guys said you guys watched the first debate against us with CCWF. So what was your opinion on the debates? Like, what'd you guys think? Don't laugh, Mr.
On the spot, huh?
I'll have to give it to you guys and the ladies because it was very transforming, as Jerry said. I don't think I've ever saw a debate in prison, let alone outside of prison. I think both teams were well prepared. I wouldn't even know how to judge a debate. So if you would ask me, I would have to turn around and find somebody to raise their hand and say with the other folks. So I think you guys did very good. And for you guys for this round to just research and put your heads together just for a week. I mean, we had limitations for, we had a lockdown here where we couldn't get together. We used Canvas to coordinate things and do research and put our essays together and everything. I don't know if you guys had that, but that was one of our limitations. And that was very crucial when we came down to putting our information together. So just for the benefit of having Canvas, we appreciate that. And we appreciate you guys. And let me say good luck going forward and good luck on your finals.
Thank you. And good luck to you guys too. Yeah, we've had a lot of downtime too. You know, some of you guys know, especially up here, being up here in Pelican Bay, it seems like you guys know without getting into it or saying it, but a few lockdowns and stuff like that. But we had Canvas, JSTOR. I mean, thank you for JSTOR, but at the same time, it seems like we finally learned that you can't request anything because they're not going to approve it. You know, let's just use EBSCO, you know, get the approval. And JSTOR, I mean, we were requesting stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, I think last week they finally told us like, no, everything has to be pre-approved. So it's like all the stuff we were requesting never came through. But at least now we know, like months later. But it still helped us out and everything. But just do what best we could do. That's all we could do. You know, we've been, you know, doing this for a while, like adjusting and, you know, just taking a step at a time and stuff. But, you know, good luck to you guys too in the debates and see you again next time.
Got a quick comment from Anna real quick. Says the debate was more about AI. It was a reminder that even behind bars, minds are still sharp, voices still matter, and hope still speaks. It's amazing how a topic like AI can bring people together, spark meaningful conversations, and show the world that purpose and brilliance can't be confined. So proud of everyone who shared today. Your words have weight.
Thank you. Good afternoon, fellas. My name is Richard Surui, and I want to say I appreciate the time being here. You know, and I want to give a quick shout out to Dr. Miller because I remember last semester when she came around with the idea about the debating, and I know the whole team was ecstatic about it. You know, and I've been watching these guys from the sideline just working, and it's amazing. You know, so my question to you guys is, and great job to you guys too. I think that's pretty amazing. Like Greg said, a week, you know, that's pretty impressive. And my question to you guys is, with the bias put aside, you know, and just overall, with the show of hands, who's for AI?
Oh my God.
Hey guys, I see like 6 back there. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah. Hey, I want to, we've got some VIPs here, and so we're gonna switch to a little more of our class. But I just wanted to say again, thank y'all so much. It's been such a blessing to get a chance to chat with y'all. And I really think whatever we do next, we got to bake in this 15, 20 minutes of human conversation about what it's like, what debates like there, et cetera. We're going to debate the Arcata campus for the Battle of Cal Poly Humboldt on the 15th. And I'll share that link with Dr. Miller. But we're going to get a chance for Pelican Bay versus Arcata and see if we can win a couple of debates there. And then this summer, we're going to do another debate as well. And I'll share all those links with Dr. Miller. But I'll say one more time that these amazing students at Sacramento State, you do your university proud. And it's great to be in a room with such wonderful intellectuals. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much. We have our own scrimmage with the Sac State debaters a week from today. So we'll see how that goes. But I just want to say that I am I hope I don't get emotional. I am so proud of my team and my class because this was not just these 4 individuals. This was also the people behind them that did a bunch of work putting stuff together, and just the support that I get from them. They are the wind beneath my wings. They lift me up and make me want to do this even more. And I hope again that we get the rematch with y'all next year.
Absolutely.
I just have to say something myself. I'm Amber Rowlands. I'm the vice principal of our college program here. And one, I want to thank Dr. Miller for, and I'll get emotional, I'm just going to say it because I do. And I'm super proud of you guys and the development of our program. But Dr. Miller, you're so innovative and creative, and you bring a spark here that folks are, you guys can attest, are excited about learning, but you brought it to another level here. And so thank you for your innovation and pushing the boundaries and thinking outside the box, because without that, this wouldn't have happened for us. So we're grateful for that. And you guys, I have to say, I wasn't, may not still be, I don't know, a proponent of AI. Admittedly, my ignorance was seen when I heard the affirmative argument too. And so I have a lot to learn. So I thank you for opening my mind on both sides. I was inspired, as I always am, by you guys. But I thought, as we're closing this, I just thought, you know, not only is this a discussion of the evolution of technology, but I believe it's the evolution of rehabilitation and evolution of education and development and transformation within the prison system. So thank you very much for your time and all your efforts. And I'm so excited to see where we all go from here.
Thank you all so much, and we'll get the tape over to Dr. Miller as soon as we can. Record that scrimmage. We want to see a shape. We want to see tape. All right, big bell, y'all. Thank you all.
Okay, how do we get out of here?
Hey, mama. Straight up, gave it to everyone. Yeah.